Hello everyone, my name is Tris and this is Double O'Neill and you are at Elsewhere, which is the name of my railway that we talked about before, and I want to talk to you about some of the progress that I've been making. But before I do that, I just want to have a nice little chat with you. I wanted to mention about the copper-clad sleepers, jigs, alignment, bits and bobs like that. I've had good fun making various ones of them. I've had requests from people to do code 75. I've already been doing the code 100. I've done a few of them and posted them out this week, which has been really cool. As well as I've been asked about N-gauge, so I'm going to look into that. I've been doing 009 for myself and other people, as well as on the 009 there's the mainline sleepers, which are kind of more uniform, and then you get the irregular sleepers, which is what I have. So I've been doing a bit of that, and that's been, I don't know, it's kind of fun when you do all the different things and learn about that. I've also been doing a little bit of work. I'm not going to show you it yet. That'll be on a future video on the 009 kind of, let's call it pannier tank. And I've been making some progress with it, but I don't want to share it yet. I've still got my old one, actually, it's in front of me, which is what I'm going to talk to you about in a bit. But yeah, so I hope you're all keeping well. It's been a nice week for me. I've been busy with work, but in the evenings I've been kind of popping up into the loft, and obviously you saw my video that I released on Wednesday, and like Thursday night, Friday night. It's now Saturday, so I'm going to try and get the video out for you tomorrow, which is now today for you. And yeah, it's quite hard to do 2 videos a week whilst working and just cram it all on the weekend. I could do short, easy videos and bits like that, but I want to bring kind of some quality to the video and give you my time properly. So I will record what I'm up to, I'll speed it up, and I'll go, right, that's what I've been doing. But then I like to talk to you about it properly, which is where the voiceovers come in, so enjoy that. Over the past week I've got to 2,000 subscribers, which is amazing. I didn't think that I'd actually get more than 100. I remember the reason I started doing the videos was kind of stemming from, I went to Worley Model Show with my dad, my brother and my nephew William, and it was really good. It inspired me to, right, I'm going home, I'm going to go on the loft. It was brilliant, absolutely loved it at the NEC. I actually left the show a bit earlier than my family because I need to go, and I just started building it up. I needed a few bits of wood to kind of get it going, and I just recorded it. Why not? I put it on the GoPro and had the camera out, just did, you know, just some fun stuff. And I put it on YouTube because I thought, well, my dad and my brother can have a look and have a laugh what I'm up to. And if I get some other people watching, then great. And actually the channel kind of grew quite quickly, and each week I just put what I was up to, and I'm not necessarily trying to do stuff of like, I'm going to do a video on this and then go up there. It's kind of a case of whatever I'm interested in at the time or rediscovering for my boxes, I'll just record and kind of try and make it fun during the process and give you all something to watch. Once work kicks off again, because with my work I look after radio controlled cars. I've got a separate YouTube channel that I do for that. It's called Trishbits, if you do want to check it out. You might find that interesting. If not, don't. So with that, I normally go racing on the weekends. So when this all kicks off again, I go back to how I used to do it, kind of sometimes every 2 weeks. I'm going to try and do something each week, even if it's a vlog update, what I'm thinking about, some things that I've purchased, even small things that I've done on the layout. It's been nice to share with you all, and I've really enjoyed the comments. But for now, whilst all the restrictions are in place, my weekends are free, so I try and do my Wednesday video on like Sunday, and then my Sunday video on Friday night and Saturday, just depending on what's going on. So yeah, anyway, what have I been up to in the loft? I will also, actually, before we talk about that, is I've got an Instagram page now. I've only put a couple of bits up on there, so check it out. It's kind of _ _O'Neill _ because someone already had O'Neill. I thought, come on, that's me. And also I've got a Facebook page, so if you did want to see, I put little bits up sometimes. If you'll start following that, I can put kind of effectively behind the scenes things up there if you wanted to see what I'm up to. I'll just be popping shots up from time to time, and if you want to ask any questions, if I happen to be on there, I can answer them for you. So, the loft. What you saw in the last episode, which was on Wednesday, I put the cork on the back section, which then means the hill can be built up over it with the little portals where the engine will come out from time to time. And also the Helix, I ripped it up because I'm going to redo it. And whilst we were there, I screwed down a new board so that I can run just the Helix a bit larger. So I'm using the first radius curves from the Pico sets because I thought I'm not breaking any rules there. And the back one kind of goes round all right. I need to run a little bit more power, but I've got an old BT's controller which my dad explained to me was like one of the basic kind of Gauge Master controllers before, so it works reasonably well. But I've got one of the controllers that Dad's built. I need to build it up, connect that to it because it's got comp speed built into it, so then obviously it applies a bit more power when obviously either the voltage dips or there's more load required to get it going. So I need to get that done, make the 009s work better. But what I want to do is we'll go up into the loft now because I've done the track. I'm going to just put some music on. You can just enjoy the music and just see me pottering around. But I've run the track on. I've test run everything on the back line where I've put the line on there, as well as the Helix. I've also put the line on there, and I've tested both of them on different engines. One thing that I was going to say, I learnt with the King and the large kind of the 060s, for example, or the Prairie, the 262, if the track isn't smooth and you get actually, for example, you don't realise that you've created a bit of an edge from a join to another, it lifts off some of the wheels and it loses traction at wheel spins and either comes off, stops moving, or yeah, it just doesn't really work very well. Just had a message. Put my phone on silent. I do apologise. Okay, so let's go up there. We'll enjoy it. Well, I'll enjoy sharing with you anyway. We'll have some nice music on, and I'll see you back down here in a second.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors forever. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. To be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Okay, so you get the drift on that. We've got it all working really nicely now, and I'm really pleased. It's something I've been looking forward to doing for a while. The Helix is good. It runs. I'm sure there'll be a bit of tweaking. It's all properly drying at the moment. Obviously the glue got to a certain point, but I want to add some bits of caulking, get it nice, and start working out what bits of the mountain are going to enclose some of the track, and some bits that will be exposed, so we see again some kind of portal effects of it popping out from time to time. So when we film it, it will look good, as well as when you're just watching it, it will just it'll be nice. So what have I been up to on the 009 layout? Because that's not up there at the moment. That's in front of me right now. We've actually got the camera kind of part sitting on it. I've worked out where I'm going to put everything. Did a little bit of thinking, bit of brainstorming. Right now we should have a bit of high-speed shot going on as we're whizzing through it. But basically what I wanted to achieve was I want a turntable on there. I'm going to make a miniature one. I want to machine the main base part that goes on, and then with 3D print the part that rotates that goes on it, which would be a cool thing. Put some track on, and then work out how to wire it up. But Dad's done it before, so I thought I was going to have a word with Dad, see how he's getting on. And on the layout there will be a bit more of what we do is I'll move the camera around and I'll show it to you, and you can see, well, you know, what you think of it. Right, see you in a second. So what have we got here? The entrance to the layout is just here. So that's what you saw on one of the previous episodes. It will come up from the incline and come in here. And what I want to do is have a station just here. Just a small one, so it will drop off any passengers or workers or anything like that. Because on the edges, it's not like the mountain's going to come up on the edges. It will kind of artificially have bits running away. We're going to have a quarry entrance here, so I have a little bit. I'm going to have a little diesel little runner popping in and out of the quarry, and that'll be collecting various bits, I guess diamonds, gold, anything that's valuable. I guess maybe a bit of coal even, and that will come down here. Whatever it's got, it will come down here and kind of leave them in here to be organised, to be looked after. And maybe around this area they can kind of do some form of processing. So I just, having a little think about it. We could even have a little hut here to pick any of it up, but I was just having a little think, and then obviously another little siding there to put anything that's been organised or whatever, and that can be shunted around, which would be great. And then down here I wanted to have a little coach shed, or even just another siding, but just something to keep the coaches nice for when they're not being used at night or whatever. And then so they come back up here, and then up here is kind of like a transfer point, so they can take any goods, bring it down to the station, and it will leave it there for the engine from the engine shed. So down here we'll have the engine shed, so both engines can sit in here, and obviously they come down here, and then we've got our turntable, so then we'll be able to spin them round. So if they've just come up the hill and they come to the turntable, they spin round, come back over here, come and pick up. If it's a goods train, they'll be able to bring that down, or if it's coaches, you can bring it down and they can get organised. The transfer piece might not seem that long, but my view was that little diesel that's shunting around will pick up one at a time, go grab that one, get another one, bring it here, this couple's on, that's if there's two, and then it goes back down. So that would be kind of cool. And then on this part will be the workshop for if there needs to be any work done on the engine. So they come down here, blah blah blah, come to here, they can do their magic on there, which would be great. The other bit of additions that I've been thinking about since then, we'll have a little coal bit here. Again, I was thinking I could 3D print something that they can obviously load up the back of the hoppers, as well as a little mini water tower. Again, I can print something for that, and it will just be part of the fun of the railway. So that's basically the layout. All back here, I haven't even thought about that, but we might even have like a little house there, or a little shop or two, or I don't know, but we can work it all out. So I'm kind of excited about that. So I'm gonna at some point get some cork on there, start nailing things down, getting the track in there. I've got to cut this bit of the board out for the turntable to go in, but I need to design the turntable first before I make my hole. Like I said, the quarry entrance, so that can be built up. I can have my back scene kind of screwed on there eventually, and yeah, it should be cool. I don't know what you think, but I'm kind of excited about it, and I can bring it down whenever I want to work on it, just in the piece of my little office where I do my bits and bobs. So I hope for you that's given you a bit of insight of what I'm up to. It's something I've been looking forward to. My railway is purely fictional, so it's not representing necessarily a certain place or anything like that, but it's just stuff that's going on in my head that I'd really like to do myself. So I hope that's given you a bit of an insight into what I'm up to. I've enjoyed doing just the pottering around, getting some points. I got the points from Peter's Spares, which was cool. I just did it through eBay. I always find it easier to do everything through eBay. You don't have to set anything up, you just buy it. I didn't need any more points. I'm pretty happy with what I got. There's plenty on there. I will see you soon. Look after yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.